Hurricane Ian has just reached major hurricane status as it crosses through Cuba. National Hurricane Center says a Category 4 major hurricane is possible with the latest track. We'll show you what's going on with this storm and more coming up in this segment of your tropical update. I'm Joshua Wisel here in the Weather 225 Storm Studios. Let's get into this update. Starting off, this is the latest track as of 9:30 a.m. this morning. This is 9/27/2022. And as you can see, almost all of central and southern Florida, even portions of the Panhandle, are under alerts. We have hurricane warnings, we have hurricane watches, tropical storm watches, and warnings. We even have a storm surge warning. So we're going to get into this segment to show you just what is going on. So let's zoom in real quick on the latest track that we have here from Ian. And it is currently crossing over Cuba into the Gulf of Mexico, where the National Hurricane Center says they're expecting this to become a Category 4 storm as it progresses north closer to the Florida coast. Now we have this storm currently as a Category 3. It weakened slightly as it went over the land in Cuba, but now that it's in open and warm waters as it approaches Florida, this is expected, at least with the latest track, to potentially reach Category 4 status as it makes its way closer to Florida. So let's zoom in just a little further to the north. This is its latest track into Florida. The National Hurricane Center is showing that this is going to be a major hurricane as it makes landfall near the Tampa area as of right now as a Category 3 hurricane. Eventually it'll make its way further inland as a Category 2, Category 1, then to the north through Jacksonville as a tropical storm, and then tropical depression as it makes its way further into Georgia, more inland. So let's zoom in. This is the latest track on where its landfall could occur. And right now it looks like a fairly good chance that this makes landfall near the Sarasota area and Tampa as a major Category 3 storm. Now, we have had a press conference this morning from local officials saying that they are raising the mandatory evacuation zone from Zone A to Zone B around the Tampa area along the coast, and Zone C, that is going to be a recommended evacuation. So we do have mandatory evacuations in order in the Tampa area along the coast and along the water. Also, as you can see, this will make its way further inland as a Category 2 near Tampa, Winter Haven, and Spring Hill, eventually as a Category 1. So regardless, if you're looking at this track, it doesn't really matter if it's going to be a major hurricane or a normal Category 1, Category 2 hurricane. There is going to be impacts from this storm regardless, and we're expecting widespread hurricane force winds. We're also expecting flash flooding in urban areas and just along the coast. Storm surge in the areas around Tampa could be close to 5 to 10 feet. So areas just along the coast, we hope that you're heeding evacuation orders just to be safe. This is one of those storms that you don't want to play around with. It is going to be a strong hurricane, whether it's a 3 or a 4, with storm surge, hurricane force winds. Other types of severe weather will be possible with this, of course, and we just want to make sure that you're staying up to date with the latest information. This is not to scare you. This is just to let you know that this is a nasty storm, and you want to heed any alerts and orders that your local officials issue from this storm. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on this. We have a live stream on my personal Instagram with live cameras, live radar, keeping up to date with this storm as it's making its way closer to Florida. So stay tuned to that. But if you're in these areas along the coast where there's hurricane and storm surge warnings, make sure that you're heeding any evacuation orders issued and staying tuned to your local officials. So let's actually show you the overall warnings across the state. Where you see red, that is a hurricane warning. This darker red along the coastline, that is a storm surge warning. Areas in pink are hurricane watch. Yellow is tropical storm watch. Blue is tropical storm warnings. And that's a look at the overall warnings across the state as of, like we said, 9:30 a.m., 9/27/2022. We'll let you know if anything changes with those as well. So let's show you just how big this hurricane is. This is its progression over the last 6 hours. And this storm is already bringing rains and even flooding with its outer bands to the Miami area. So this is a big hurricane. Let's zoom in and show you. It crossed through Cuba just a short time ago. Its eye is now making its way into the Gulf of Mexico. Outer bands are impacting Key West, where there is heavy rainfall occurring there as well. Parts of Miami. We've even seen some flash flood warnings in effect for some portions of those areas this morning. So as we make our way further to the north, we'll show you the outer bands are closely approaching Tampa at this time, but this isn't going to be the main concern. This is going to bring some heavy rainfall, of course, over the next couple of hours, but the main storm still is in portions of Cuba and making its way into the Gulf of Mexico. That will move further to the north as we get later on through the day into tonight, so stay tuned for updates there. Like we said, eventually this storm is going to make its way further to the north inland as a tropical storm, then tropical depression as it gets through the Jacksonville area, Savannah, and into the Carolinas. So that's a look at what we got going on with this storm. So stay tuned for updates. Like I said, we have this live stream up on my YouTube. We even have a live loop of this storm up on our DFW live stream as well. So just stay tuned to local officials. Stay tuned to your local National Weather Service, National Hurricane Center. And please, if you're in coastal areas, heed any alerts that they issue or orders. We just want you to be safe. We want you to know what's happening. And we just want to make sure that you're prepared. This isn't to scare you, of course. This is just to let you know there is a major hurricane making its way closer to the Florida coast. And we just want to make sure that anyone who's watching in this area knows to prepare, to heed any alerts that their county issues, any sort of orders that they issue as well, and just to stay safe as this storm is making its way closer to the Florida coast. So stay tuned for updates. You can view weather225.com with our live tropical map and tropical outlooks for more. Stay tuned to your local officials, National Weather Service, and local county or local regional meteorologists for the latest updates throughout the day.